What's up, QC fam? It is Queen Chef Author Healer. This is a part of my fall food series, and it is the loaded lasagna. Let's get it. So here I am layering my pasta noodles into my water. Put a little bit more water than I did. I turn them in different directions so they don't stick. Then I put my Italian sausage and my ground beef. Then I put my majestic meat seasoning from Queen Chef Flavors. Season that up really good to your heart's desire. Don't overdo it, because we have a lot more flavor to add to this dish. Keep checking on those noodles. Chop that meat up really good. Just continue to let it brown and make sure it's small and crumbly. You don't want big chunks because we're going to use that in our sauce. Once those noodles are done, go ahead and take those out of the pot, strain them, and you can place them back in there without the water and set them aside. Then while that meat is continuing to brown, I basically just started my ingredients for my sauce. So I minced my garlic in my little garlic chopper there. Then I started chopping my tomatoes to prep those. Once the ground meats are done, go ahead and strain those. Then I put a little bit of my Queen Chef Flavors oil in the pan before I put those chopped tomatoes in there and that chopped garlic. I put my Herb Armor seasoning from Queen Chef Flavors. Then I just added those last few tomatoes in there. Make sure you have them all chopped up. You can use another method to get the skin off your tomatoes, but I like mine on. So here I am just taking my pasta noodles back out of that pot, and I'm laying them out so that they'll stay flat and so they don't stick. I just kind of layered them. But make sure to do that right after you strain them. I didn't. That's why some of my edges are already kind of curled. The next thing I added is my half a cup of red wine. Then my chopped basil, lightly dried. Then I'm gonna come in with my Italian paste. That stuff is amazing, y'all. It has all the Italian herbs in it. Then I come in with a little bit of my tomato paste. After you put that in there, go ahead and mix it up really well. You want to basically just let those tomatoes simmer down. I'm chopping them a little with my spoon here to just kind of help break them down even more. So this isn't going to be a super thin sauce like tomato sauce out of the can. This is a chunky tomato sauce. While that tomato sauce continues to simmer, I start working on my white cheese mix. So I get my ricotta cheese, 2 eggs, and I mix those really well, and I just whip it until it's really smooth. I go in with my Herb Armor seasoning from Queen Chef Flavors. Make sure you have that, y'all. And then I just whip, mix it really well. Now I'm going to add in my fresh mozzarella. I'm chopping that directly into the bowl, and then I'm going to mix that in there really good. So this is a really amazing loaded cheese, loaded meat lasagna, y'all. I put in a little bit more of that fresh basil in there. Now I'm going in with my cheeses. I have a 2-cup bag, which is my 8-ounce bag of the triple cheddar and the Italian mix. I put half of each, so 1 cup of each of those, and mix that in well. And that's going to take care of our cheesy white layer. I'm still tending to that sauce. Make sure it's not sticking. Then once it is complete, I go ahead and turn that off and add in my ground meats. I mix that in really well, y'all. I felt like it needed just a little bit more flavor, so I put in a little bit more of that tomato paste, and that adds to the color. Now we are ready to go ahead and start layering. So that bottom layer is going to be our ground meats, as you can see. Layer that in there well. Make sure it's smooth and completely even going across, so you have a nice even layered dish when you're done. So I just go ahead and with half of that, because I'm pretty much just going to have 2 layers, guys, but they're going to be nice thick layers. So after that, you go in with our white cheese mixture, our ricotta mixture, layer that on evenly as well. Make sure you get full coverage all across. Now we come in with those mini pepperonis. If you want to use regular size pepperonis, that's fine. I just thought the mini pepperonis would be fun. So I drizzle those on after my white cheese layer. Just take the time to kind of spread those out, get full coverage. Then I go in with my first layer of noodles, y'all. I was moving way too fast, and I put the ricotta mixture on top of the noodles, so I had to take that off and redo it for y'all. So I went back in, layered my noodles on next. Then I put a layer of my shredded cheeses. So the triple cheddar and the other half of the Italian cheese mixture. So put those on there. Now we start all over again. Go in with another layer of meat. This is our second layer. Put all of that on, spread it around, get full coverage. Remember, we got a loaded meat, loaded cheese, loaded Queen Chef lasagna, baby. Nice hearty fall dish. So make sure that's even all around. Tuck those noodles if you have to. That's what I'm doing there, making sure that they're not sticking out, because you want those to be fully covered as well. Then go in with your final layer of the ricotta mixture directly on top of your meat and spread that all across. Get full coverage once again. because this is a very savory, flavorful dish and you want to taste everything in every bite, y'all. So make sure y'all take the time to do this part really well. Once you have completed that, you want to go in again with more of those pepperonis. So basically we're just doing the same layer twice. Spread them out evenly, get full coverage on everything. Then go in with your Italian cheese mixture again. Spread that one over like we did. But this time, we're going to go ahead and put our noodles down before we put that last part of the triple cheddar shredded cheese, because we want to definitely have a nice thick cheese layer at the very top. So we go in, lay those noodles down. Y'all, I do kind of overlay my noodles a little bit because I don't like so much sauce and meat and cheese and not enough noodle. I like a good even balance. So I do kind of overlay mine. And right there, I'm just kind of tucking my edges, and then I'm going to take a strip and go ahead and put that extra piece down on the end to make sure it's fully covered. So I just basically break that up and make it fit in that space. Tuck those edges again. Make sure it's all tucked because you don't want crispy edges or any hard parts. And then, like I said, go in with that second part of your triple cheddar creamy melt. Pour that over the top, and that's going to give our lasagna a nice cheesy top layer and cover those noodles so that they can continue to soften and bake into this dish. I went in here with just a little bit more of that basil. You can absolutely use fresh basil. I prefer fresh basil, but this time I just used the lightly dry, already chopped basil. I go ahead and cover it again because you want it to create a steam inside, let everything bake. So we're going to start with it on 20 minutes covered. Bake that and then take it out, and you're gonna uncover it for the second part of the bacon. Any extra cheese that stuck to the top, you just scrape that back in there. You want to get it all, you don't want to waste any, put that all back. I tuck it down, just double checking my edges here. It's already did the first 20 minutes covered, and now we're going to put it back in the oven for the second portion of its cooking, but this time it's going to be uncovered. So bake another 20 minutes on 350, and then when you pull that out, this is what you should have. A nice baked lasagna dish. Y'all, here's the close-up. It was amazing. Check out those layers. Check out how nicely they turned out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.